Okay, let's wrap up on this one. Now, Becca too and the mom issue. What has been the revelation so far? Another thing?
Yeah,
Becca. Becca and the mom's issue.
Yeah.
Becca too is to release a song, I think next week, Monday or so. Charlie.
Yeah.
And you, the repercussions are not good.
Well, the drama is so much, really. I watched the interview live with the mom.
Okay.
She seemed very incensed and really very angry. And so if it is planned, if it is staged, then the mother should go into acting. Because how she could play that role so perfectly, and the issues she spewed, going as far as insulting Becca's husband and so on and so forth. That's pretty serious for a drama. So for me, really, I don't believe that they are trying to create a buzz, for Becca's upcoming song. I think these are real issues that have been festering, and they've been at the heart of maybe the mother's, concern that has now found, an avenue to talk about. What brought the issue? They said Becca's husband called her a witch. And in our local setting, if you call someone a witch, that's a very serious thing. You can be invited to a traditional court to come and, answer where you saw her practicing the witchcraft. And more so when the person in question is your mother-in-law. What will make you go that far? Indeed, if he did, what will make you go that far? You see, because it doesn't matter how badly Becca's mom may have conducted herself. For you, the husband, one thing you should know, that look, it doesn't matter how badly the woman behaves, family ties will never be broken. Along the line somewhere, Becca will reconcile with her mom. Believe you me, mark it somewhere. Along the line somewhere, she will reconcile with the mom. And at that point, you become an evil person. At that point, even he, Toby, the husband, your boldness, it doesn't matter what you may have heard or seen, the boldness with which you can actually call Becca's mom a witch, one day will come back to haunt you. One day, Becca say, "Mami, be ye, ubo me mami be ye." The issue one day will come back to haunt you. So, for me, it hasn't been wise at all. It hasn't been wise at all. Look, we all have spouses whose siblings and sometimes, relatives and things will say stuff about you. Sometimes very bitter stuff about you. You hear, you swallow it, you laugh. When you meet the person, you smile, you hug the person as if you haven't even heard anything.
Okay.
Because you have to play it tactfully. Because if you don't and you go to confront the person, one day it will come back to haunt you. It will come back to haunt you. So for me, the husband hasn't been wise, regardless of what happened. That name calling is a serious thing that one day could even lead to their breakup. Because one day, Becca and their mom would reconcile.
Given the chance to advise Becca on how to handle this, what would be your advice?
Well, I don't know.
Especially now that she's made everything ready to release a song. Let me say we've even booked a time on radio somewhere next week.
Yeah.
And all these things are coming up. Now, should she come here right now? There's not a question someone can ignore.
Yeah.
Everyone
for me,
would want to know your response.
My little advice, that she shouldn't even attempt to explain the circumstances that made her husband call her mom a witch.
Okay.
She shouldn't even explain the circumstance because it will not be relevant. If I were her, I'll apologize on behalf of my husband and ask my mom to forgive him. In trying to explain, you would make your mom take entrenched position.
Okay.
If you are explaining at all, then perhaps you should just explain a few of the, but don't try to maybe do PR for your husband. If you do PR for your husband, do that in the bedroom. But for your mom, For me, I think what you do is to render an apology and set forth the process.
Public apology.
Public apology. And set forth the process of reconciliation. You yourself, your mother, and your husband. The mother made so many revelations, at the engagement or at the wedding. She was sidelined. She sat at the back. It was the father and the stepmom that took front. All those issues, well, they may be at the heart of the mom. For me, I was explaining to someone, or we were having a discussion yesterday, and I told the person that, look, for me, I may not even blame the father, because sometimes maybe Becca's mom wasn't really prominent in her life at some point. It's possible that when the dad married, maybe the stepmother may have played, there are some stepmoms or stepdads that play a really important role in the life of their stepkids. And sometimes they form a bond.
Okay.
So depending on what role the stepmom may have played, she can also decide that if my dad is coming with his wife, I'll ask my dad's wife to go and sit at the back so that my mom will come to the front. It may be a very awkward situation for Becca. Believe you me, she may have not even planned it, that my mom will be sidelined or she should sit at the back.
Yeah.
At the time the ceremony was ongoing, Becca is busy expecting her husband, expecting the vows to go on and so on and so forth. So she has very little control as regards who sits. So for that, I can hold a bit of brief for Becca because she didn't really have control over who sat where. Okay. If anybody is to be blamed, perhaps the dad and the family that organized and arranged the sitting. So if there's anything, the dad should be blamed. Okay. Or whichever people, organize.
Now, let me ask the very final question so I move on. Based on Arnold's earlier submission that anytime there is trouble, take advantage and release a song, would you also advise Becca to go ahead to release the song, or
absolutely
you think the publicity around the time is not good, so
no, she should release. Hold on. This look, you strike it when it's hot. This is the time to release.
Will it go well?
It will fly.
Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Che, take over. Let me listen to you. I know you're also following this.
Yes, so I watched the full interview as I was on my way coming here. I think that one of the places that celebrities find their peace is with family. Because, going out with all the pressure from social media, the press, fans, when you get home with your mom, your dad, your husband, that's where you have your comfort. So if there's an issue and you have your parents who you have that bond with coming out to address in a public space, I think that it is uncalled for, it is unnecessary. In as much as that the woman is in pain, because watching the full length of the video, I realized that now pain be on more person. But telling we the journalists, is it going to solve the problem? And I say, Chris, what's the name?
Chris Vincent,
yeah. Chris, no, open the content to you, but it will go a long way to hunt you and your daughter. So let's find a peaceful way of coming together. Just have a family setup. Create the bond, a family discussion, discuss it, and let's solve the issue. Than to go and grant a full interview. I think this, for me personally, I would advise mothers or parents of celebrities, say issues be bad. No matter how yes, no matter how hard the issue is, it's not the public space, because you see, and one will be the family side, that bond, Becca will keep it for so many long. You've exposed your daughter. So for me, it was a wrong move for the mother. So all granting interviews, it was really wrong. I know
Becca has had issues with her parents, not today. Remember the one with the father? I think some good years ago, almost about more than 10 or less than that, when the father was also in the news for protesting against Becca getting married to Kiki Bansin. I don't know if you remember.
You see, yes,
you were following showbiz.
Yes, I think it's really not helping. So like Mr. Steve said, let's stop all these things. It won't help at all. For me, it won't help.
Would you advise she goes ahead to do the interviews to promote her song?
Our advice is so or banner promoting you. Nasi beside the question where you are on she shouldn't address it.
But
no. Because who crime and kofo who bush too much. Last time we bush Obi. But I think you have your peace when it is not on the public space. What I say, me be one kasa.
No Obi.
Me the koto bontia. Yes. Into no that is that moment at least you want to keep it private yourself. So if you expose your ignorance now because of bias, Obano what bread. But
wrong
I mean,
timing. Wrong timing.
yes, wrong timing. Because society are safe kind of. At the end of the day, on the 17, the love will come back. Mother and the daughter love, they will come back. Into the Togbe guy should be very careful in approaching these things. What I say. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chief. Yes, I know.
I think she should go ahead and drop the song. The buzz is okay for the song. As for the interviews, I mean, she's intelligent. She would have ways of going around it. And what she should also know is that in as much as she's intelligent, you have intelligence hosts as well who have a way of pulling it out of you. So she should just prepare and come. I mean, if she wants to be persuasive, she could be. If she wants to be evasive, she could be. Whatever way she wants to do it, she should do it. But at the end of the day, they should have a target they want to hit with this.
But the appeal for the song, will it be there now that
it looks as if it's a good song, why not? I mean, people's
problem, and the song features Shatawale.
The truth is that your problem is nobody's problem, actually. We'll listen to it, we'll talk about it, but the truth is we don't care. And fire home. And you never man for per no monsabo. And for it's just a few. Even that, after a while, if the song is still good, they'll jump on the song. Becca can now shut out with him. Yes, no on count cry, because why ain't same fumpi a man from found. Nothing what you go do. Yes, and for Becca nene mami asem. Your Becca to be and for whether they are in good terms or bad terms and for biaho. Obianso Besovia asem ne mano. So they should take it off the public space and deal with it privately. But she should go about her normal career. She should go. Senka Juman also took her uncle. And releasing the song is part of the arrangement for whatever she does as a career. We're planning. Maybe planning. The only thing is she could have emotional issues or personal issues that she would have to deal with. And it is so with everyone. You could have issue with your boss and it will affect the way you go to work or the way you think. You could have issues with your husband and it will affect you. So it's just like what happens in everyday life. On Fanasa, non call about her normal duties. They should release the song, prepare for the interviews and the kind of questions that will come. Prepare your answers ahead of time and come and sit.
Okay, let's wrap up on this one. Now, Becca too and the mom issue. What has been the revelation so far? Another thing?
Becca.